Welcome back, everyone. My name is Cam. I hope you guys are doing well, hence the word Kamshaft. Anyways, in this video, I'm going to go over a commonly overlooked maintenance item on your N54, whether it be in any car. The N54 is in a lot of cars. This is a commonly overlooked item that, if missed, can literally cause catastrophic engine damage and instant engine failure. Now, I'm not talking about just, your engine losing all the oil and then the motor blowing up. The leak that I'm talking about that's commonly overlooked is these two gaskets here. Those are called your oil filter housing gaskets. And basically, if you have an oil leak on the front side of your engine, 95% of the time, if you got an oil leak up there, it's going to be coming from this gasket on the bottom side or where it connects to your engine block, okay? And this might not seem like a big deal, but it is a really big deal because these motors have a tendency to leak that oil on your serpentine belt. You can see it runs down there. And over time, this oil will cause your serpentine belt to deteriorate. Now, that's really not a big deal, whatever, you blow a serpentine belt. But N54s, along with, all the other problems they have this really weird issue of actually sucking the belt behind the crank pulley through your front seal into your timing chain and your timing system. I know that sounds crazy, but it's real. I'll insert some pictures here of what can actually happen. It's absolutely insane. I've actually come really close. My belt blew. This is after I fixed the oil leak, put a brand new belt on it. Must have got a faulty belt or something. Not really too sure. Got really lucky, took the whole car apart. There's actually a video on my channel of me ripping the car apart and making sure the motor was okay. Luckily, nothing got in behind the crank pulley and through the front seal. But yeah, basically, the belt gets wrapped up and shoved in behind the crank pulley and pushes its way through the front crank seal, and then gets into your timing chain, into your oil galleries, and ultimately causes your engine to seize up and fail, your rod bearings to go. Really bad, not what you want to happen. So this is a super easy fix. I believe these two gaskets, I ordered them off Rock Auto for about $15 Canadian. A lot of guys will tell you you can't find this gasket, but that's not true. You can definitely find it. It's really cheap. I wouldn't bother replacing your whole oil filter housing. Additionally, I would say while you're replacing this, you may want to replace your oil filter cap. These can crack and explode, also leave you stranded. Another symptom that this might be leaking is you actually could have head gasket failure symptoms because your oil and coolant could mix. Change this is pretty straightforward. You basically want to drain your coolant, pull these hoses off. Over here, down there, you can actually see there's a little E10 bolt that is attaching this housing to the block. Now, in order to get that off, I'm going to tuck my camera back here. You guys can see there's kind of a coolant fitting there. Mine is metal. It's upgraded. You're either going to need an E10 ratcheting wrench. You can also use an 8mm wrench because an 8mm closed end wrench will fit on an E10. That's another tip for you guys. If this is an E10, then an 8mm 12-point will actually work for the bolt. I'm not saying it's right, but it does work and it doesn't strip them. Another thing I'm really big on is using anaerobic seals on all the engine oil seals I change on this car. I'm a mechanic and I'm a big believer that stuff really helps you out and makes it in the long run. If you're pulling off that plastic coolant fitting, which you might as well because they're also plastic and they're known to break, you should definitely replace it with a full metal one. You saw there, I already got a full metal one. I actually have a spare one here. I'm going to be giving this away to one of you guys, so I'll leave my Instagram in the description below. And first one to DM me, they want this, I'll ship it out to you, and you can have it. Basically, you just pull the old one out. It's definitely going to break in the block. You'll pull it out super easy with a pick or whatever. Cut the hose, throw a hose clamp back on there, throw this on, and you're bulletproof for life. Those are also known to just break randomly and leave people stranded. So it's just a peace of mind thing. And it just sucks when you're doing a simple job like this and you pull that off and it breaks and then you got to wait, 1 to 2 weeks for the part. So with that being said, super simple, super straightforward. It's a quick little simple tip, common maintenance item. These engines are often, I find they're heavily neglected And this is something that could really throw you in the hole for a, you know, motor that cost you a few grand. That's a wrap for this video, guys. We'll see you in the next one, motherfucker!